How do you write one book every single month? What is the workload behind it? In this video, you are going to learn how you could do just that in a very reasonable schedule. So we're not talking 8-hour days as a writer. We're just talking 1 hour a day or even less than that on certain days. And you could write a book every single month. In case you guys are new to the channel, I'm Marc Guberti, and we on this channel very often talk about how writers can become successful and grow your own platform. So if that stuff sounds good to you, make sure you subscribe and hit the like button to help with spreading the word about this channel. So when it comes to writing a book each month, the first step is to get clear on what a book means to you. If we're talking about novels that are like 100,000 words, like this video is not going to work. Like, it's possible, but that's where we could get closer. It's like a 3-hour day schedule, 4-hour day schedule to hit that type of milestone. And then there's marketing and stuff that has to happen in between. But if we're talking about a 15 to 20,000 word book, then there is a possibility. That is where we can write a book a month. So writing a 15 to 20,000 word book, all you really have to do to make this work is write 1,000 words every single day. Now, there is some stuff you have to do after you write the book. We'll talk about that. But if you write 1,000 words each day and you pick a day, like at the very beginning, you do the outline. So you have all the plans. It's not like you are staring at the blank screen all day. You have a deep outline, even if you spend an hour on the outline and then just don't write that day, and then 1,000 words every single day, you've got the book done in 3 weeks, or even slightly less than that, because 1,000 words a day, 21,000 words if we are talking about 3 weeks. So now that we have the 21,000 words done, let's just assume that's our target, because again, some days you may write 1,000 words and be like, oh, you know what? I could do 1,500 words today, or I could do 2,000 words. So 1,000 is just the bare minimum, but you can go above that anytime you feel ready. So let's say it does take you 3 weeks to get the book done. Now comes the editing and proofreading. Now, you can hire an editor, you can hire a proofreader. Long-term, if you are making full-time money from this, that is a direction you can go. Me, I like to look at my own work. It just saves the money, and it's no overhead expense. It costs hundreds of dollars to go for an editor, to go for a proofreader, and I'm good at catching most of my mistakes. Now, sometimes there's a typo in there, but even in edited and proofread work, there are still some typos. So for some people, it may make sense to delegate that. For other people, it doesn't make as much sense. Like, books is just one of my many side incomes. So I don't really see it as something where I would want to hire the editor and proofreader, especially when I've been writing for over 10 years to a blogging and book capacity. I've gotten much better at spotting my mistakes. I'm still not going to call myself perfect in any way, but by handing off the work to myself, it does speed up the process, where I could go through a whole 20,000 word book in 2 to 5 days, depending on how I'm feeling. So with the editing and proofreading done, then it's just a matter of publishing it. Now, there are 2 different ways you could approach this. The first way you approach this, you're done with the book, then you upload it to KDP, you publish it, and you promote it. Another step that you could do, I did this for my book, Podcast Domination. It worked very well. I didn't have the book written yet, but I created a sales page. I got the cover. I did everything to create a pre-order campaign. And I had not written the book yet. And the pre-order campaign expired in 90 days. So I essentially gave myself a built-in 90-day deadline to finish that book. Because if you don't finish a book and you do the pre-order campaign on Amazon, 2 things happen. One, all of the customers get refunded because you didn't deliver the book you were supposed to deliver. So I had close to 100 pre-orders for Podcast Domination before it came out. And, you'd rather give people the book that they were promised versus the refunds. Like, it is something you try to avoid as an author. And that gave me motivation. Also, if you don't have the book ready for pre-order, Amazon says, okay, we're going to take this feature away from you for an entire year. And that is something you want to avoid as an author, because pre-orders is a great way to build up hype for your book. Think of a pre-order campaign as an extended launch. So, you know, when people are like, oh, my book is out, I worked so hard and I'm so like proud of all the time I spent, and this is going to be great content. Instead of doing that just for the launch, you could build this up and like, oh, I'm so excited about the pre-order. We hit new milestones of working on this chapter. Now it's easier to update people on the book and build up hype with a pre-order campaign versus just launching it in the moment. And the pre-order campaign also does give you a deadline. I don't suggest a 30-day like pre-order campaign like that deadline if you don't have the book ready yet, because you know you want to anticipate, well, what if you're unavailable to write for a week, or what if you need a break or something. So I always give myself 90 days for that type of stuff, and it makes it easier to write a book a month when you do have those deadlines on yourself. And a book a month, not all the books are going to be successful, but each book you write gets you closer to that big book that is going to take off. A lot of authors, 80% of their revenue is going to come from 20% of their books. The more books you publish, the closer you get to having the big winner. For covers, that's the one main thing that I didn't mention. I would really delegate that. That's where I would pay like a higher dollar. So I've done the $5 covers in the past. I'm looking at $10, $20 for all future covers, just because I want that extra nice cover. The cover is the big selling point in the book. It's supposed to be the content inside of the book that is a true value of the book, but it is the cover, it is the title, and it is what you say in the description that really has an impact on how many books you sell. So that's pretty much the process of writing a book a month. If you want to learn more about becoming successful as a writer, as a self-published author, make sure you subscribe to this channel. We'd like to come up with more content. We'll soon be coming up with something where if you want to use social media as an author, you will want to stay tuned. Make sure you get notified when that video comes out. But in any event, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys next time.